Today, I'm going to share with you 6 unique ways that you can make money during your career break outside of having a traditional job. Now, when you took a step back from the paid workforce, I'm sure you did the math, and on paper, it looks like, yeah, you can make this work. But then sometimes life will throw you curveballs, or heck, you just want to have a treat yourself day, but you feel guilty because you don't have the extra money. Well, I felt the exact same way. So I got creative on ways to make money that were on my terms. Now, each of these I have personally done, and I didn't make just pennies or dollars. I have made hundreds and thousands of dollars doing each of these. And full transparency, number 2, I actually did prior to my career break, but because it is one that you can do on your career break, and it is by far and away the one that you can make the most money at and have the most fun at, I had to include it. So let's get started. Number 1 is to become a secret shopper. Now, the benefits of becoming a secret shopper are twofold. 1, you get a free service or a heavily discounted service, and you have the opportunity to make money. And even better is that you are fully in control of which secret shopping assignments that you take on. So you can make sure they align with what you want to do. So for example, I've done secret shopping for free massages, reduced airline tickets, free restaurant meals, and even grocery stores. And we all need to go to the grocery store at some point. If you're considering becoming a secret shopper, be aware of scams. And the biggest scam is that they're going to ask you to pay them for the opportunity to become a secret shopper. And if you ever see this, run, because that is not how it works. Now, I'm only going to speak on companies that I have personally worked with. And the 2 that I've worked for are Market Force Information and Sensors Quality Management. And I have done dozens and dozens of assignments through them. Now, if you are looking for some additional mystery shopping companies, check out the Penny Hoarder article, which lists the 5 best mystery shopping companies for 2025. And now, while this one is a fun one, number 2 is actually, in my opinion, even more fun. And that is to become a contestant on a game show. Now, in 2015, I had the opportunity to become a contestant on Wheel of Fortune, where I lived out my dream of solving puzzles with Pat and Vanna. And I walked away a bit richer as well. And now for you, if you've ever thought about becoming a contestant on a game show, now is the best time, because outside of just those big ones that we all know, like Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, Jeopardy, there are so many other smaller game shows that don't have as stiff a competition to get onto. Now, if you're looking to perhaps try out for a game show, I would recommend simply typing in game shows that are currently casting, and you're going to get a list of shows from each of the major networks, including Game Show Network. And there are even sites that track this for you, so you can see which ones are currently casting. And this one is great because you have the opportunity to actually win some big money. And even if you don't, you can still walk away with a great experience that you can write about. Which brings me to number 3. To do freelance writing. Now, I can hear you now. You're saying, yeah, but I am not a writer. I don't have any professional experience or training. But that's okay. The first series that I ever wrote for it was Chicken Soup for the Soul. And the beauty about this series is that they are looking for just ordinary, non-professional writers to write stories, because they want just everyday experiences. And when you are selected to have your story in Chicken Soup for the Soul, you're actually going to be working with an editor who can help you make your story as polished as it can be for that edition. And with Chicken Soup for the Soul, they are always looking for story call outs. Just visit Chicken Soup for the Soul's website and you can see the list of topics that they are currently looking for stories for. And now, if you are featured in Chicken Soup for the Soul, you'll receive $250 per story along with 10 copies of that book. Now, there are also other outlets that are looking for more of the raw talent, shall we say, rather than the polished author. One of these is Her View from Home, which is geared specifically to moms. So if you're a mom and you have any relatable stories, this is a great one to start with because they only need 600 words. And you are paid based on the number of views of your article. So if you have no views, you still get $10. And if you have more than that, it increases per the viewership. And the beauty with these is if you start with these, you actually are gaining experience, which you can then leverage into bigger writing opportunities. And if you are feeling as though you're getting some good tips out of this, make sure to hit that like button. And number 4 is taking part in focus groups. Now, do you like telling people what you think and sharing your opinion? Well, this is perfect for you because you can do so and make hundreds of dollars. And the beauty of focus groups is that once again, there are such a wide variety of topics that they cover, depending on your interests and what stages of life you're in. There are focus groups specifically for new moms talking about diapers or different types of baby products. There are focus groups for people in specific professions. I actually did one for the HR profession, and then I've done ones for Scotchgard, for the local grocery store that we have here. And now some of these do require you to go into a office, while others can be done virtually. I don't think I've ever been paid less than $200 for a focus group, which is actually pretty good money because normally they last about an hour or two. If you're interested in taking part in focus groups, simply type in focus groups in your city. Now, I have worked with Focus Scope in Chicago and Become a Thinker in Austin. So the major cities are definitely going to have opportunities, but even if you don't live in a major city, you still have the opportunity to participate in groups virtually. To become a focus group member, you simply need to complete the form on their website, and then you'll be entered into a database where you will receive emails. And number 5 is an oldie but goodie, and that is to sell on eBay. Now, I had sold on eBay when we moved from Chicago to Austin, and then I hadn't touched it for years. And then when I started my career break, I started just going around the house and seeing what stuff we had, and I was thinking, why don't I try to sell some of this? And I sold some random things. I'm talking like bookmarks I had from when I was like 10 years old to Care Bear blankets I had as a kiddo. And then even things that we just no longer needed, like a golf shirt that I received as a present or my winter running gloves that I no longer needed in Austin. It was just these small things that went for $20 or $25 but cost me no money. And if you enjoy selling on eBay, you can look into becoming a reseller and actually making this more of a business than just a hobby, which I know as a career break, it's kind of hard to think about having a business, but it is something that you have complete flexibility with. And number 6 is to become a product tester. Now, a product tester is different than a mystery shopper. A mystery shopper, you're going into an establishment and you are, just acting as though you are a regular customer and you write down feedback on the service that you received. A product tester is literally, testing a product, eating some type of food, drinking some type of beverage, and then giving your honest opinion on that, which is different than a focus group where they just kind of talk about what you like and dislike about certain products. This one, you're actually testing it. Now, I have tested everything from cottage cheese to toilet paper. So if you're looking to become a product tester, there are some companies that will simply send you a product and request feedback, but that is all that you're going to get is just the product. Now, there are other companies such as Pinecone Research where you will be sent a product and then you will accumulate points, which you can then trade in for gift cards. And then there are product testing companies where you will actually receive a check upon completion. Now, the one that I used to work for is no longer in existence, so I'm not even going to tell you what that one is. But once again, on the Penny Hoarder, they have an article which lists out product testing companies that are recruiting in 2025. So make sure to check that one out. So there you go, 6 unique ways to make money. But I actually have a bonus one for you too, and that is to check out your state's unclaimed property website. Now, every state is going to have their own website, and all you have to do is simply just type in your name and up will pop any unclaimed money that you may have. Now, I actually thought, well, I don't have any unclaimed money out there, but it turns out I did, because when I had moved, I never got my deposit back for some like internet cable box or something. And while it wasn't a lot, it was still my money. And I was like, heck yeah, That's mine. It's simply just filling out a form and then they'll mail you the check. So make sure to check out that one as well. If you're even thinking about returning to the paid workforce, make sure to check out my video here, which covers 10 tips that will jumpstart your job search.